Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. Welcome to the Spine Ticks After Party. I have quite a few things to share with you tonight. I had a fan pack come in this week. I also had 4 TTM returns come in. I'll also be showing some Star Wars comics that I've picked up over the last couple weeks and sort of celebrate May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th. I also participated in my first free comic book day today and picked up 3 free comics from 2 different LCSs, so 6 total. I'll be showing those tonight. I also had my COMC order come in this week, but I'll be saving most of it for another week. Tonight I'll be showing, for the most part, just my TTM fuel because I want to get that in the mail as soon as possible. And there were several cards in the order that helped me complete a vintage hockey set that I've sort of been working to complete over probably the last 2 months or so. I won most of it in a lot on eBay. And since then, I've been working to complete it, but it is now complete. There are probably, I think 13 cards that are in less than desirable shape. So I'll be working to pick those up over the next couple months and try to better this set. But it is complete, and I'll be showing some of that tonight as well. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the fan pack. And the fan pack comes from the Cincinnati Reds, and I did receive a fan pack from the Reds last year, and there were a couple items that were the same in this one, but for the most part there was some new stuff. And let's start with this really big sticker of Joey Votto. This thing's almost the size of a folder or something. Really big. Definitely a cool item to get. We also got this sticker set. This looks like it's from Reds Fest. Yeah, at the bottom it says Reds Fest December 2nd and 3rd, 2022. So this is cool. I like the mustache. That's great. And we also have the Reds logo sticker. Very nice. Now I did get these in the previous fan pack, but still really cool to get some more. Mr. Red Legs. Got Gapper. Rosie Red. And Mr. Red. So I think I got a couple of each of those now. Maybe I'll send them out as a TTM or something in the future. Last year, I'm not sure if it was from the Reds. It very well might have been, but I got this really cool Lou Gehrig Day card, and it was one of the cooler items that I received in a fan pack last year. And the Reds sent another really cool commemorative card, I guess. This is for Jackie Robinson Day, April 15th. I'm not sure if this is from this year or a previous year, but definitely a really cool item. Love the image on this. And it looks very similar to the Lou Gehrig in design, so it might have been made by the same company. I'm not sure if there are any others that they made cards for, but definitely two legends. Happy to have each of them. And there's a really nice write-up on the back if you want to pause and zoom in and try to read that. But definitely really happy to get this. Just a cool looking item. And the last item they sent was this really cool Cincinnati Reds koozie. Looks like it might be for a bottle or something. This says Reds Fest. I'm not sure if the 19 is a number, if this is from Reds Fest 19. But still, really cool looking. Sort of unique. I don't think I've seen too many koozies in the shape of a jersey, but definitely a cool item to get. So thank you so much, Reds, for sending this incredible fan pack. Love it. next, let's start with the TTMs. This is a non-sport. Oh yeah, this actually came in an envelope with an envelope. So it was very well protected, and yet somehow my mailman still figured out a way to damage it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of my new mailman. He just shoves stuff in the mailbox. No order or anything whatsoever. But this comes from a TV personality, and I guess he was a news anchor and some other things. But I was a big fan of this guy's show. I'd watch it when I woke up in the morning if I wasn't watching SportsCenter or something. And it was on a channel called Decades, which is now called Catchy Comedy or something. And I guess the show that he was a part of is no longer on it because they branded themselves as a comedy network, and so it doesn't really fit anymore. But still really happy to get this. Certainly very well protected. And there's actually 2 photos in here, so let me pull the little one out, which is unsigned, and then I'll show the regular. But this is from Bill Curtis, and he did a show on Decades called Through the Decades, and they would talk about what happened on this day in history, and I enjoyed watching the show as I was getting ready for work. And so sent an email to him and said that I enjoyed the show and was wondering if I could possibly get an autograph. And he was nice enough to send one. And so he actually put it in this little protective sleeve. So happy about that. But it says, "To Tony, stay cool, Bill Curtis." Looks like it's probably an 8x10. Definitely happy to get this. Kind of disappointed that the show was sort of canceled, or maybe it was put on some other network or something. I'm not really sure, but I definitely enjoyed watching that in the mornings and have sort of missed it over the last couple months. So thank you so much, Mr. Curtis, for this awesome autograph. Really love it. Thank you so much. All right, now on to the regular sized envelope, TTMs. And this is a baseball return. The initials are BS. And I got to give a shout out to Adam's Card Closet. I had a multiple player card, and he left a comment on one of my videos saying, send to this guy first before you send to the other one. And so I did, and it has already arrived. So very happy about that. And he included a really nice write-up where he left a little note and also signed it with his first name. And I believe, yeah, he also answered my questions as well. So I don't know if you saw the cards there, but this is from Billy Sample. And Billy Sample, this is his 1979 rookie card. There he is right there, and I plan on sending to Danny Darwin probably this week, now that I have this back. And he actually signed this with a fine point pen, and the other ones look more like a Sharpie, so definitely took the time with this this TTM. I can't thank him enough for that. This is a 1984 O-Pee-Chee. Signed that really nice and blue. Nice looking card. And he also signed the 1987 on the Atlanta Braves. And I sent 2 index cards, and he was nice enough to sign one of them. Billy Sample, put the years he played for the different teams. Rangers 78 to 84, Yankees 85, Braves 1986. Very cool. And yeah, he answered my questions, so let me show you those before I show you the other thing that he sent. Hopefully this fits. I got a wire in the way a little bit. So, what was the greatest moment of your career? He says, I don't think I ever had one. That one walk-off homer before they were labeled such. We were trailing with 2 outs in a 3-2 count versus the Angels, 1982. And then, who was the best player you ever played against? He says, tough to answer, as you're getting players at different stages of their careers. Plus, I'm not good with absolutes. Ricky Henderson, George Brett, Harold Baines, Don Mattingly, Dave Winfield, Eddie Murray. So those are some great answers. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Mr. Sample. And I'll show you what he added in. And this is a printout of a Sports Illustrated article that came out July 6th, 1987. He even put Sports Illustrated 7687 right there. And let me scoot this over this way. Tony, best of health to you and loved ones. I enjoyed the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Billy, 4/29/23. So that's really cool that he added this. I haven't had a chance to read the article yet, but I'll definitely be doing that here pretty soon. But really cool. That was a fantastic TTM return. Thank you so much for taking the time, Mr. Sample. I absolutely love everything. Love the autographs. Can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for the time. All right. These next two are both NASCAR. A couple weeks back, I sent out, I think, 13 NASCAR TTMs. Mostly the 91 Max race cards that I've been opening on my channel over the last couple months, actually. This one comes from Charlotte, North Carolina. Initials are DC. And yeah, this individual also included a printout, but he signed 5 different cards. And this is from Derek Cope. He's got a cool looking autograph. I mean, you could probably draw a straight line just like that. We got right here 1990 race number 11. We got 1990 race number 1. This is where he won the Daytona 500 in 1990. Very nice. And we got another one right here. Memorable moments. And then we got a couple of his regular cards. Derek Cope. And Derek Cope. But I was reading on his Wikipedia, and he's still sort of part-time racing now. In fact, I think he's the most recent driver to drive in 5 different decades. The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and 2020s. So that's really cool. There can't be too many people that have actually done that. So really happy to get this autograph into the collection. And he answered my questions. And the first answer is really cool. So, what was the greatest moment of your career? Winning the Daytona 500 in 1990, which is cool because I sent him the card. And this is what my father and I set out to do. Now that's really cool. And then, who was the best driver you ever raced against? He says David Pearson. So that's really cool. And he also sent a printout for the Cope Club. Hopefully I can get this all on the screen. Race Theory with Derek and Alicia Cope. Hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for joining the Cope Club. And there's some QR codes right there. Not signed or anything, but still kind of cool to get that added to the collection. Definitely a really nice return. So thank you, Mr. Cope, for taking the time to sign these cards and answer the questions. I really appreciate it. Love it. All right. The last TTM, also NASCAR. This comes from Greensboro, North Carolina. Initials are HG. And I'm pretty sure he is a Hall of Famer. And I don't know if you saw the name, but he gave me a printout. Check out our website, www.harrygant.com. So if you want, go check that out. He did not use the pouch, but that's okay. The cards showed up in nice shape. And that's Harry Gant. And it looks like he used either a fine tip Sharpie or a brand new Sharpie. Great looking autograph. I got two of these. And then this one right here, 1990 race number 13. And I'm not sure which one it was. Yeah, right here. This is kind of cool. At 50 years old and 158 days, Harry Gant became the oldest driver ever to win a Winston Cup event after taking the lead from Rusty Wallace with 12 laps left and holding on for a 2-second victory at Pocono. So that's really cool. So definitely happy to get this return. And thank you so much, Mr. Gant, for taking the time to sign those cards. I'm definitely happy to add those to the collection. All right, so next, this is not a TTM. This is a friend mail, sort of a contest win, but not really. This is more generosity. This comes from Don Blomdahl. I really enjoy watching his show Tuesday through Friday. If you haven't checked out his channel, definitely go check it out. And he does a giveaway at the end of every month. And I didn't win anything this past month, but two YouTubers decided to gift me their wins, and that is Lock-In and Guru and Wahoo. And I will leave a link to their channels in the description, along with Don Blomdahl's. And definitely go check out their channels. Fantastic individuals. And I contacted Don and told him that I don't really PC anybody. I pretty much collect everything. And I said the closest thing I have to a PC is, I've said this before on my channel, is I'm trying to complete the player runs of Carl Yastrzemski, Billy Owens, and Orlando Cepeda. And I'm further along in some of those than others. But he said, let me go ahead and see what sort of Carl Yastrzemski cards I have in my collection. And he sent me several. There we go. Sensei Domino 15. And so I want to thank Don, Guru, and Wahoo and Lock-In for the incredible generosity. These are fantastic. Let me start with this really cool custom. Seattle Mariners, Donald Blomdahl Jr. rookie card. Very cool. And there's the write-up on the back. Love that. And let me see what year this is. This is 2016 Panini Donruss. Carl Yastrzemski. Very cool. And we got this 1987 Topps Turn Back the Clock. 1967. Very nice. Still don't have this card in my collection. Definitely would like to pick it up. Very cool. Got the 1990 Donruss. This was the puzzle from the set. What year is this? read that. I think that says 2016. I might be wrong. This is Topps Heritage. Love Heritage. This is a baseball flashback. Yaz Plate 6 in Red Sox romp. Really cool looking card. Love the back. That definitely looks vintage. And I'm not sure what this is. 1989 maybe? Yeah, 1989. This is one of those trivia questions they would put in score. And this is great moments in baseball. Do you remember Fenway Park, October 1st, 1967? And it's Yaz leads sock chase. So that's really cool. I don't have any of these from when I was a kid. I don't know what I did with them. I either put them in a box or I might have even thrown them out. I'm not really sure. But definitely happy to get that. I kind of miss having those. And then he also added a Billy Williams card. And this is from 2013, Panini Cooperstown Baseball. This is a really cool looking card. Might have to send that to Mr. Williams to get signed. I think he's 20 or 30 per. But this card would look great with some ink on it. But thank you so much, Don. Thank you, Lock-In. Thank you, Guru and Wahoo. These cards are fantastic. Thank you so much for your generosity. Very happy to add these to the collection. Let me put these back in the bag. All right. So now on to the comics. And I will start with the comics from Free Comic Book Day. I woke up nice and early today. I usually do, and made sure I was there right at the open. And yeah, both LCSs were really packed, and very happy to be able to get the copies of the comics that I was looking to get. And I'll start with this Spider-Man and Venom one. Just love the imagery on this one. Definitely a fan of both characters. I really need to get some bags and boards. I don't have any, so I'm afraid I'm going to damage the comic. Even if it's sliding on one of these mats, breaker mats. But very happy to get that. Next, I picked up Uncanny Avengers 1. This was another comic with nice artwork on the front. All right, next. This one is DC, and this is Dawn of DC, Night Terrors Special Edition. I saw Trev, I think it was an IG post maybe, where he showed a foil copy of this. So really cool that it ended up being a comic book day freebie. I don't think I have any DC in my collection so far, so this is kind of cool. And next, definitely a fan of these comic books and the movies. Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1982 and 84 maybe, Conan. And this is the Conan the Barbarian. And in one of the LCSs, I actually picked up some beater early Conans that I'll be showing probably next week. But was kind of surprised to see them there, and the price was pretty nice, so decided to pick them up. Very cool that they had a Conan free comic. I'm definitely a fan of Red Sonja as well. I showed a couple weeks ago, maybe last week, that I picked up the Red Sonja 1 and 2 from the early 1980s. And so, happy to see this. Pretty cool artwork. And the last one, and sort of segueing into the next segment, is Star Wars, The High Republic. I think there might be an appearance from the last Airbender in here. I think I was reading about that. But I don't see anything on the cover. I don't recognize any of the characters, at least from the artwork. But really cool. Happy to get that. So those are the free comics that I picked up today. So now on to some of the regular pickups that I've picked up over the last couple weeks. Regular comics. And we'll start with this Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters. Fantastic image of Boba Fett right here. And this is issue number 1. Most Wanted. So really happy to get this. All right, next we have Dr. Aphra, number 2. I picked up the Dr. Aphra number 1, and I think I showed that maybe last week or the week before. So I wanted to pick up number 2. Happy to get this. Keep getting the lip of the bag stuck on my mat. Sorry about that. Hope everybody had a great Star Wars day and Revenge of the 5th. Next we have another Doc Aphra. This is for the Book of Boba Fett. This is number 21, the variant cover. Love the image on here with Fennec Shand. Very cool. All right, definitely happy to pick these up. Big fan of the show. And this is The Mandalorian issue number 1. First appearance of Din Djarin, and brief appearance from Baby Yoda, I guess, as he was called at the beginning. Later to be known as Grogu, and Din Grogu. Spoiler alert. And I also picked up the issue number 2. Great imagery right here. And this is the first full appearance of Grogu. Definitely happy to get these into the collection. Huge fan of the show. All right, this was one of the comics that I picked up today when I was at the LCS picking up the free comic books. This is my first Dark Horse comic. This is from Shadows of the Empire. I've heard this is a fantastic series. And so just love the imagery on this one, Luke Skywalker. Just fantastic looking cover. And I honestly don't know if $5 was a good deal or not, but I know some of these Shadows of the Empire can go for a pretty nice price. This is issue number 5, so maybe not, but $5. Still happy to pick that up. All right, next, very happy to pick these up. These are from, I want to say 1983. It looks like 1983. And saw this, had to have it. This was the entire series, and picked them all up off eBay. And this is Return of the Jedi, 1983. This came out in October. And some of these are direct edition, some of them are newsstand. This issue number 1 happens to be direct edition. They look to be in nice shape. Don't have too many spine ticks. Very cool. Next we have issue number 2. And this one's newsstand. Looks to be in pretty nice shape. Next we have issue number 3. I like the artwork on the cover of these. And issue number 4. If these weren't all bagged and taped up, I'd show you the back of some of these. Love the ads and stuff. I think one of them has like Q*bert on it or something. One of the comics I picked up had Q*bert on it, and that definitely took me back. I think one had E.T. Really cool. But definitely happy to pick up this 4-issue limited run, Return of the Jedi. Definitely love that movie. And didn't really cost a whole lot, but I'd call it my biggest pickup over the last couple weeks. And Star Wars related anyway. And that is, this is issue number 7. From 19, I guess this would be 78. This is January. This is probably 1978. But this is, I believe this is the first solo, Chewbacca and Han Solo issue. And so it has a little bit of significance. This is also the newsstand, and it looks to be in really nice shape. And this came from my LCS, but purchased on a different day than today. And I paid $8 for it. Don't know if that's a good deal or not. I don't mind. It seemed to be worth $8 to me, so not too worried about it. But very happy to get that. You know, some of the earlier ones in the series are probably pretty expensive, so thought finding an issue number 7 early in the run was worth picking up. So very happy to get that, and especially it having some sort of significance to the run itself, with being the first solo Han Solo and Chewbacca. So really cool. All right, so those are the comics that I have to share. Next, I'll be showing part of my COMC order, and these are all cards that I plan to get out in TTMs probably this week. And we'll start with this really nice 1964 Manny Mota. This card, I'm telling you, this card looks pack fresh. Absolutely love the condition of this card. I mean, look at that. That's just gorgeous. Little ding right here. Not too bad. Gorgeous looking card. And the centering's not too bad at all. So I did pick up 3 Manny Motas. That's the oldest. We also have the 1967. Really nice centered. Little bit of chipping down at the bottom edge, or maybe a rough cut, but otherwise pretty nice. There's the back. And lastly, we have a 1971 Manny Mota. And he's now with the Dodgers. I love the 71 set. It's a fantastic set. Love the black borders. And I think this will look great signed right above his facsimile. This one's got a facsimile on it as well. So definitely happy to pick those up. Get those out as soon as possible. And next we've got Amos Otis. This is 1970. And some pretty nice shape. A little off center. Corners look pretty nice. Nice bright white background. Back to the card. Very cool. I love the 72 set. So I picked up a 72. A little off center, but really sharp. And then picked up the 1973. And this is definitely off center. It's got a little bit of, I don't know what that is. Print dots or something on the side. It doesn't look like it's dirt or anything, but little print dots. A little bit of a corner issue right there, but otherwise not too bad. 73 had some of the worst centering of any set I've ever seen. 73 and 75. That's just atrocious. But thought the card would look really nice signed. All right, moving on to the next person I'll be TTMing, and that's Claude Osteen. This is 1972, and this card looks really nice. A little bit of an edge or issue right there, not too bad. But Claude Osteen spent a little bit of time, not too many years, but a little bit of time as the Texas Rangers pitching coach. Yeah, so I thought it would be cool to get a TTM back from him. And I already have his 1960, so I got that 72, and then I also picked up his 73. And I actually have another COMC order that I'm working on where I picked up a couple others because I had forgotten that I had picked these up in this order. So I have a couple other Osteens that'll be coming. But didn't pick up the 72 or the 73. I think they were in the 60s. So might have to wait on sending these out until I get those. Or maybe just wait for another time. Send out a second TTM to him at some point. All right, moving into the 80s. I was a big fan of this guy when I was first getting into collecting. That's Corey Snyder. He was sort of a hot prospect. And so picked this up. I actually met him when he was with the Blue Jays, I think 1992 maybe, the year they won their first championship. And I got his autograph on a baseball with Joe Carter, John Olerud, and Roberto Alomar. But it sort of faded over time because I used a fine point pen. So you can still faintly see the autographs, but it doesn't look near as nice as it did. In hindsight, I probably should have bought a regular Sharpie. But Corey Snyder's a fantastic TTMer, so I definitely like to send out this rookie card, or what is it called, a prospect card now? I'm not even sure. And then I wanted to pick this up. I've told the story about Cecil Fielder. I think it was 1991 maybe. And I had this card, and I followed Cecil Fielder all the way to the hotel at Arlington Stadium. The players, the visiting team players, would walk across the parking lot into the hotel across the street, and that was usually the best time to try to get an autograph for him. And Cecil Fielder kept telling me no, and I wouldn't take no for an answer, so I kept following him with a group of other autograph seekers, and we went all the way to the elevator, up the elevator, and to his hotel door. And before he shut the door, he ended up signing for a couple of us, including me. And it was this card. I signed it, Cecil Fielder, right here. Did not have Corey Snyder's autograph, but, you know, with me having that memory of being able to get Cecil Fielder's autograph, I definitely want to get Corey Snyder on this. And although Cecil Fielder doesn't sign normally, if there's a chance for me to get his autograph on this card, I definitely want to do it. This is Cecil Fielder's rookie card. This is 1986, so you just saw the 85 Corey Snyder. So unless that's now considered a prospect card, this is not a Corey Snyder rookie, but still, it'd be really cool to be able to get his autograph on that. So I decided to pick it up. Another guy that I've had success getting a TTM from, fantastic player, and that's Johnny Damon. And so I decided to pick up some of his sort of cheaper minor league cards. And so this is Classic Best. What year is this? 93, looks like. 1993 Classic Best, Johnny Damon. Thought that would look nice with an autograph on it. And this is Classic Best Gold, 93. Johnny Damon. And I decided to pick up, is this also 93? Yeah, it is. I also decided to pick up his card from the more iconic set, I guess, based on the Derek Jeter rookie card. And this is the 1993 Upper Deck SP. And I don't ever plan on paying for the Derek Jeter rookie card. But very happy to get the Johnny Damon from that set, and hopefully I can get that signed here in the future. All right, moving on to a football TTM. And I've wanted to send to this individual for a while. Only had one card of his, so decided to pick up 3 more. This is Hall of Famer Roger Worley. Fantastic looking 1973 right here. And I also picked up his 1974. Pretty nicely centered, pretty sharp. A little more off center on the bottom right there. On the back. It looks pretty nice on the front. And his 1976. Another nice looking card, pretty sharp. Just a little bit of corner wear, not too bad on that one. Bottom right. And a little bit of a centering issue on the back, but the front definitely looks nice. So I'll be getting that out to Mr. Worley this week. And I mentioned last week when I got this individual's TTM in the mail, surprisingly, that I had picked up several of her cards in a COMC order, and they were this one. and that's Manon Rhéaume. And this is her 1994 Classic 4-Sport, whatever you want to call it, prospect card, rookie card. This was her first issue. And so I remember pulling this in a pack before I knew who she was, trying to get the Shaq rookie. And did not have this in my collection anymore, so definitely happy to pick that up. And then I picked up several of her 1993 issues. And this is sort of in the same design as the 92. But this, if you actually see it, it says 1993. So I don't know if this was like a preview card of some kind. Actually, it's got McDonald's down at the bottom, so maybe a McDonald's issue. I had never seen this card before. Thought it looked cool. Decided to pick it up. I didn't even notice the McDonald's logo when I was buying it, but very cool looking. I had seen this card as a kid. Never had it. Thought it was kind of cool. Sort of a cartoony, sort of comic book style. Manon Rhéaume. This is from 93 Classic Hockey Draft. Very cool. And this is also from the same set. This is up close and personal. And I don't know if you can see that, but that actually says Manon Rhéaume right there, which is kind of cool. They made it like a little logo. And there's the back. And then this is a 1993 Classic Pro Hockey Prospects. This is actually card number 1 from the set. First Lady of Hockey, Classic Exclusive. Never had this card either. Definitely wanted it. But never got it. Very happy to have it now. And the last one is another card from that set. This is her with the Atlanta Knights. Same photo as that, just a close-up. First Lady of Hockey. Very cool. I'm definitely happy to get those. Since I just got her TTM back, I'll probably wait a while to send this out. But definitely want to send to her again in the future for sure. Probably, hopefully, get some of those signed. The last two, these are not from the 4 major sports. I've wanted to send a TTM to this individual for a while, but didn't have any cards. This is Kurt Angle. And I'm not even sure what year this is. 2009 TriStar. So I'll be sending out to him this week. And this one is 2004. 2004 Topps WWE, I guess. Very cool. Kind of got a foily finish to it. There's the back with the, is that a gold medal? Very cool. And then we had MMA, Randy Couture. I have received a TTM back from him, but he signed a couple index cards. So happy to get a couple regular cards. Hopefully I can get these signed. It's definitely been 6 months. It was one of the first TTMs I sent out. So I'll be sending this out this week. Very cool. I like the design on this card. Let me move these out of the way. And the last one, I thought this one was kind of unique, and I like SP Authentic. So this is SP Authentic Parade of Stars. Randy Couture playing golf. Very cool. So I thought this would look great signed. All right, so that's all of the this portion of the COMC order that I'll be showing this week. I will be showing some of the cards from the vintage set now, and there were certainly some of the cards in there now that were part of this order. So I guess it's not the last COMC order card. But this is the 1977-78 Topps hockey set. And I actually broke it down on a couple index cards. I apologize for some of my writing. But these were the cards that I was missing from the initial purchase. So I needed 33 cards. And so this is the list of the ones that I still needed and what I paid for them. And card number 251 was the one that cost the most. That one was basically $12. And so my starter set, including shipping, only cost me $23.76. That was an absolute bargain. But these final 33 cards cost me almost $50. So it averaged out to $1.45 per card, thanks to that $12 one right there. But that's definitely a nice card, and definitely happy to have that in the collection. And now that it's complete, I went through and was like, all right, you know, I don't like the condition of this one, and those are the 13 that I would like to replace at some point. And I think the biggest name on this would be Bill Barber, and I actually have an O-Pee-Chee autograph by him from 77, 78, so I'm not really desperately needing it. And then a couple of these are checklists, which I actually got in my COMC order and came with a crease in them. And you know how COMC has their sort of watermark on the bottom of the photos? That was right where the creases were on the bottom of the card, and so I couldn't see it because of the watermark, and it gets here, and it's got a nice nasty crease in it, so a little disappointed in that. But at least I have them as, you know, a placeholder, I guess. But there was one card that I did decide to replace early, and I'll just show this real quick. And this is kind of what the cards look like. And this is I'm gonna butcher names throughout this last segment of the episode. This is Pierre Jarry for the Minnesota North Stars, and I noticed that it had like sort of a crease in the card right here. So I did add a card to my COMC order to replace this one, and that has come in. So there is a better copy of this in the box. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do this in order. I've got some of these top loaded, but I'll save them. Hopefully I don't pass them up during the video. I'm only going to show about 50 cards, and end the video probably only about 15 minutes or so. A lot of these players I don't know a whole lot about. Certainly know the Hall of Famers, but a lot of the other players don't know a whole lot about, so not a whole lot to say other than the image on the card, you know. So I'll show the first 50 and then show the rest at a future time. But let me try to get these cards out of the box without damaging them. Just give me 1 second. I believe this is a 264 card set. All right, so there's the first 50. And I think one of these top loaded cards is in that first 50. Yeah. All right. All right. So we will start with card number 1. And this is the 76-77 NHL leaders goals. 3 Hall of Famers: Steve Shutt, Guy Lafleur, Marcel Dion. Really nice card. Bunch of other legends on the back of that. Very cool. And next we have the assist leaders. More Hall of Famers. Guy Lafleur, Marcel Dion, Larry Robinson, Borje Salming, and then you got Tim Young, who's a North Star. So 4 Hall of Famers on that one. And starting to see a trend here. This is the scoring leaders with Guy Lafleur, Marcel Dion, and Steve Shutt. I know Dion is a fantastic TTMer, and Steve Shutt is, but I don't think he's had any returns lately. Hopefully he starts signing again. Then we got a penalty minute, Dave Williams, Dennis Polinick or Denny Polinick, and Bob Gassoff. Very cool. Just love looking at these late 70s cards. So here we got power play goals. Hall of Famer Lanny McDonald, Phil Esposito, Hall of Famer, and Tom Williams. Very cool. Got Michel Larocque. Then we got Ken Dryden and Glenn Resch. Ken Dryden's in the Hall of Fame. This is goals against average. And the Ken Dryden in this set's one of the better cards. Next, we've got game-winning goals. And this has definitely centering issues. Gilbert Perreault, I think is how you say it. Steve Shutt, Guy Lafleur, Rick McLeish, and Peter McNabb. So 3 Hall of Famers. Yeah, that's a straight up miscut. Look at that. But that's a 70s quality control with these cards. You saw it in the baseball, so I'm not surprised. Topps did it with the hockey. And here we got Ken Dryden, Rogie Vachon, Bernie Parent, and Dunk Wilson. Is that how you say it? I know he's been a good signer at certain points, and he's a great signer, but I don't think the address is working anymore. I sent out to him once before and was returned to sender. Great card there. So those are the leaders cards. And so on to the regular set. Got Brian Spencer. Love that a lot of the players at this time were still not wearing helmets. And this is the Hall of Famer Denny Potvin. I think he's a good signer. Correct me if I'm wrong. Next we got Nick Fotiu. I probably butchered that. A lot of these cards look fantastic outside of centering. Super sharp corners in most cases. This was definitely a great starter set to get. And the vast majority of the cards that were actually missing were, it almost looks like the seller had sold off the Flyers set. Because I think 12 or so of the cards that I was missing were all from the Flyers. Next we got Bob Murray. Great hockey mask right there. Is that Tony Esposito? Might be. Very cool. Next, we got Pete Lopresti. Great image right here. Love this. Minnesota North Stars. There's some great teams in this set. Teams that I hadn't seen too many of. You got the Colorado Rockies. And was it the Cleveland Barons, I think? Some great teams in here. There's the Penguins, J. Bob Kelly. Rick McLeish. You saw him on one of the leaders cards. Nice looking card. This is the oldest set I've ever completed, so I'm pretty happy to have done it. This is Terry Harper. You know, with the baseball sets being, I don't know if it was 792 in the 70s, but probably well into the 600s at the very least. It would be a lot harder to put together than, you know, a 464 card or 264 card set. So, you know, you can't really compare it to one of those. I know the set collectors can tell you how tough that has to be. Yeah, we got Terry Harper. Nice image there. And here we go with the Atlanta Flames. Willie Plitt. Nice image right there. Look at that old water bottle. That's great. All right, next we've got Peter McNabb. Another really nice image. And this was one of the ones that I put down as wanting to replace. This is Wayne Thomas, Maple Leafs. And it's just got a smashed corner right there. And so I'd like to replace this, but, you know, it's good for now. Other than that corner, the other ones are pretty nice. Centering's pretty good. Not too bad. Next, we got Pierre Bouchard, Canadiens. I do believe the O-Pee-Chee set has several more cards than the Topps version. I think there might even be 100 or more cards in that set than this one. Yeah, that's why I thought it is the Barons. So this is Dennis Maruk, Cleveland Barons. Haven't seen too many Barons cards. Really cool to get these. Next, we've got Mike Murphy for the Kings. Love the old jerseys. Next, we've got this is the Canucks. I don't know if y'all are a fan of that, but I think that that logo is kind of plain. Not the biggest fan of that logo. But Cesar Maniago. Probably butchered that. Next we got Paul Gardner, Colorado Rockies. This is great. Shout out to Uncanny Swag. Shout out to Dave. I think he might be a fan of the team as well. Next, we got Rod Gilbert. There's nothing like looking at vintage cards, I'm telling you. I could do this all day. Look at this. Orest Kindrachuk. Look at that. I don't know if he got in a fight or got hit by a puck, but that's a hockey player. Love it. And this was one of the cards that was missing from the set I had to pick up. A little bit of a centering issue, but sharp corners. I knew how to say this guy's name, but I've since forgotten. Is it Bill Hott? He was a pretty nice player from what I know. Not in the Hall of Fame, though. Next, we've got John Davidson. Love the old school goalie gear. It's just awesome. Next, we've got J.P. Parise. Is this Zach's dad? I didn't look it up. Maybe it is. For the Islanders. Next, we've got a Hall of Famer, Larry Robinson. And there are a couple cards in this set that have that wax stain on it, but I honestly don't mind. It sort of takes you back to a different time when you'd open these packs and, you know, they were sealed with wax and, you know, the bottom card would take some wax damage, but I definitely don't mind having it there because it kind of adds to the nostalgia. I mean, I'd prefer that it wasn't Larry Robinson, but I don't mind a couple of the cards having that in the set. And this is otherwise a really nice card. Oh, this is a great image right here. Yvonne Labrie. Not sure how you say that, but I love this image. Look at that. Very nice. All right, next we've got Walt McKechnie. Walt McKechnie. Another great goalie shot right there. Very nice. And next we've got Rick Kehoe. Nice player. I think he might be a good signer. I think I saw him on Sports Card Forum recently. Might have to look into it. I don't have a whole lot of his cards other than this one. That might be worth looking into. Next, we've got Randy Holt. Gary Unger. I like the shots where you can see all the ice. Just looks nice. You know, you got the background darker. Just looks like a vintage photo. Next, we've got Lou Nanny. Probably butchered that. Another nice image. Next, we've got Dan Bouchard, Atlanta Flames. Shout out to Zach Sports Cards and Collectibles. Next, we got Bob Murdoch with the Cleveland Barons. That's another great image. what he's doing to the goalie, or is the goalie holding a stick? I don't even see a stick. That's a great photo. Love that. I do have the O-Pee-Chee version of this card. Jean Rattel, Hall of Famer. This is a nice looking card. Only a couple more cards and then I'll be ending the video. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Got Dave Maloney right here. Another great shot. Got Danny Gary. This is another card that I got from COMC, Jim Watson. Next we got Tom Williams. Another Hall of Famer, Serge Savard. I think he might be a decent TTMer. Or maybe I'm wrong. I think I have him on a list. Next we got Derek Sanderson. Another great shot on that one. All right, we got what? Just a couple more. Actually, hold on. I passed one at card 38, the top loaded one. I thought I might do that. Card 38 is Daryl Sittler. Fantastic looking card, fantastic player. Definitely want to send a TTM to him at some point. Very nice. So yeah, that was the one top loaded card from the first 50 from the set. We got John Marks. Al Cameron. Another great looking shot right there. I'll butcher this one. Dean Talafus. Love it. And card number 50. It's a great goalie card. Glenn Resch. Looks very similar to the Rogie Vachon cards that I have. Very cool. I think it might be 74. The Rogie Vachon, I mean. Very similar. Anyway, that's the first 50 cards from the 1977-78 top set. And I'll be showing, sections of that set over the next couple of videos, along with my COMC order and any other stuff that I pick up. So, try to spread it out a little bit. Kind of enjoy the set and sort of take it in slowly, I guess. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching the video. Hope everybody had a great night. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Until next time, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.